At Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, we believe everyone deserves a better night's sleep. Discover top mattress brands like Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. Your purchase always includes free delivery, free setup, and free removal of your old mattress. Plus, enjoy 0% interest for up to 5 years. Better bed, less money. Only at your locally owned Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, where comfort and community come together.
Sleep tight.
Sleep tight.
Brian Harbs, I'll bet you got a lot of people asking for fish sandwiches this time of the year.
You bet. Isn't that great? It is that time of year. People always love our fish sandwiches, and they're with tartar sauce and lettuce. You can get that any day of the week. We got the beer-battered Alaskan pollock back. I'm back from Alaska. We caught all kinds of them.
And what kind of fish are those?
Pollock. Pollock.
And you've got a special deal going on. 2 fish sandwiches for just $7. Right now at Hardee's, 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
Welcome back to halftime here at Liberty. The score of the Raiders 49, Liberty 9. And some have told us that, I was worried about Liberty up here. The cell signals were not good. But that's in the days of using the old radio equipment or our cell phones. They've got Wi-Fi up here. A great signal, by the way. Thank you, Dan Sparrow. We were on for the pregame, or everything showed, and then all of a sudden something said start streaming again. So if we picked it up right now, we'll give you how the first half went. It looks like this. Raiders scored the first bucket. It was 2-0. Liberty came back 2-2. Raiders went on a 14-point run to be up 16-2. A three-pointer by Liberty made it 16-5, and closing out the quarter, 18-5. Raiders led after 1. Second quarter, Raiders got the first bucket. Liberty gets a bucket, and at 20-7, Raiders went on a 13-point run. Got up 33-7. Basket after Liberty. Raiders added the last run of the half. Another 12-point run, and now 45-9. So, Coach, if you had a 14-point run in the first, a 13-point run, and a 12-point run, obviously you'll think that the next one's going to be 11 right in sequence.
Well, they've done a great job on the defensive end, shutting down a Liberty team that, has some athletes that are going to score. Looking at them playing up and down the floor, and great job on the defensive end, and then they've turned that into easy offensive transition, and sounds good. Looks good here in the first half.
Yeah, Coach, whatever you say. At halftime, you can see the drum crew out there, and they got it going, man. It's loud, and it's going through us and through to you too as well. So hopefully we didn't miss you guys out there. By the way, TJ Togarepi had a dunk with the right hand on a fast break. It's been all Raiders in the first half, and I don't know where we lost everybody out there, but now we're glad you're here with us. We'll keep an eye on that, make sure we don't lose you again. We talked before the ball game too about where the Raiders will be heading, where Liberty heads. For the Raiders, it's the Waterloo sectional. They're going to North Mac as the number 1 seed. Liberty goes to the Nakoma sectional. They're the number 8 seed. And I didn't see where they're playing either New Berlin or Payson on that. So, of course, heading on forward after that. Raiders number 2 in the state right now, wanting to get on a run, and they've got a good one going on here. And by the way, at Liberty, I believe if they win their first game, we'll play Jacksonville Route. And we've seen Route as it went down to a 2-point game, I believe, didn't it not, Coach?
Yeah, in the Dome.
Yes, 47-45 or 49-47?
49-47.
There you go. Thank you very much out here. Hey, we're going to take a break while the drums are beating. The natives are restless here in the Eagle Dome. Eagle Dome, here we go. I threw that one in as well. It's halftime. The Raiders 45, the Eagles 9, right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
better bed, less money at Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville. Shop Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster with free delivery, setup, removal, and 0% financing for up to 5 years.
Sleep tight.
Sleep tight.
Back at Liberty halftime, and we're of course at the Mecca Mobile Studio, brought to you by Sleep Tight, better bed, less money. Sleep Tight, Quincy and Jacksonville. That's sleeptightmidwest.com. Nice job there by the drum crew. Now, Coach, this is what I heard the first year at Beardstown as a junior in football, and the whole band. I was starting that night, my junior year as running back, and that pumped me up a lot. Took me into the senior year, which was fun as well. Raiders lead 45-9 after one. Leading the way, Bo F-Tank. He's had 2 threes and 2 blue-collar threes. 16, right, through the first. Yep. That's what they've got on the board. Follow that up with Togarepi. He's got 10. Allensworth's got 8. Walker with 4, Reed with 3, and Dolman with 2, along with Stegeman with 2. Distributing the ball quite well. Lots of good assists in that first. Cramsey's really trying to work hard to get his shots off. He's had 2. Klingel hit that one in the corner for 3. And they're making Reed Sparrow work hard as well inside for the Eagles. So you're in the locker room right now. First year Greg Altmix. What do you have to say?
Keep it up on the defensive end. You know, keep getting after it. You know, take the easy transition baskets. You know, keep, feeding the ball. You know, sharing the ball with your teammates. You know, getting good open looks.
And then on the other side, Dan Sparrow's in there. Down by a bunch. Pretty well, you got to say, guys, 0-0 like we talked about. We got to see some good basketball and turn the second half. At least go ahead and make sure it's not a massacre and get ready for the postseason by looking good in the second half.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, I think Liberty's a lot better than what they've shown in the first half, you know, but if the Raiders come out with the same intensity on the defensive end, it's going to be a long night for Liberty.
And that's the key with Liberty. The reason they're looking that way is the Raiders' defense, full court, man-to-man, getting after it, getting the half court. They're still getting after it, and the Raiders have been around. I mean, every guy that's had the ball, every rebound, been good stuff.
Well, you know, this is a Raider team that's beat a couple of Western Big Six teams. You know, one of them being Quincy, which, you know, this year, maybe not, you know, as good victory as, you know, it should be. But when you go up to Moline and beat Moline at Wharton, you know, first game of the year, that's a very good win.
Indeed. Halftime here, Wellman and Pettit along with the Raiders and the Eagles. Raiders with a big lead. We're back with more right here, MeccaSportsCo.com.
This stream is brought to you by Mecca Sports Co., your streaming platform for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams. Be sure to subscribe and like on YouTube and Facebook. Just search Mecca Sports Co., and you won't miss a thing from QHS Blue Devils and Lady Devils with coverage for the QND Raiders and Lady Raiders on the road. Be sure to visit MeccaSportsCo.com for the complete schedule of games and more.
It's that time of year and spring is right around the corner. With Best Kept Sod Farm Services, you can rest assured that our team of landscape professionals will provide all of your landscaping needs. We offer sod sales, delivery, and installation, and also full-service landscaping solutions and property maintenance to achieve that desirable curb appeal. Don't wait. Call or text Best Kept Sod Farm today at 217-779-0620 to discuss your landscaping needs.
Who do you call for ceiling fan installations? Argerbright Electric. Electrical troubleshooting? Argerbright Electric. Home rewiring? Argerbright Electric. Full house generators? All it takes is one call to Argerbright Electric. 224-5557.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at QND Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
And a fine sponsor of Raider basketball is 8 Open, a Southern Kitchen, 601 Main Quincy. OG sandwiches. Those are your fried chicken ones with each one has a little bit twist. The signatures, like the Mayor Chuck Horseshoe or Mr. Foghorn. And the features, the Blue Paint Double Smash Burgers. You can get Bruce's Wings as well. They've got greens, extras, Little Chef kids menus, desserts, and drinks. Open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 11 to 8. Saturday, noon to 9. That's 8 Open, a Southern Kitchen, 601 Main Quincy, the 6th Street Promenade. And welcome back. Drummers are still playing. They don't get tired. I guess drummers never get tired, Coach. My eardrums have, though. And we've talked about different bands. I do like it. This has been one of the few drum only. A lot of times we'll have pep bands out here and different ones, and they'll be loud, but the drummers are rocking it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 drummers, and they're switching out a little bit too. I like it. We're going to listen to them a little bit since I'm not going to try to talk over them. And a nice job there as they did a little bit on the guy's back. I was waiting for like Tommy Lee from Motley Crue, where the whole drum kit gets up and spins up there. That's some good stuff there. Or Neil Peart from Rush. Halftime, 45-9. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Coach Pett and I will break down the first half again. Talk a little bit of basketball for the postseason. This is Raider basketball right here on MechaSportsCo.com.
Who do you call for ceiling fan installations? Argerbright Electric. Electrical troubleshooting? Argerbright Electric. Home rewiring? Argerbright Electric. Full house generators? All it takes is one call to Argerbright Electric. 224-5557.
Spring is right around the corner with warm weather approaching quickly. Best Kept Sod Farm offers a full line of landscaping services. We can provide the labor. If you thrive on DIY, we can give you advice or recommendations on how to make your lawn the talk of the neighborhood. No job is too big or too small, and as always, we provide free estimates. Best Kept Sod Farm is a local company who strives for excellent customer satisfaction and takes pride in what we do. Contact us today by phoning or texting us at 217-779-0620 to discuss your project needs.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
Fine sponsor of Raider basketball, Atlas Slice, 121 North 6 Quincy. Chef-driven craft pizzas and wings from an open flame high-heat oven. Drinks from Excel, open Thursday and Friday 4 to 9. Saturday noon to 9, Atlas Slice, 121 North 6 Quincy, North 6th Street Promenade. We got a little Benny Hill going. The Benny Hill music from behind, and
one more shot.
Young guy gets to take shots from all over. Hits the three-pointer. Sorry, I had him in my screen, but I was back here at half court. They're going to let him throw a full one. And almost, nice job. I think it was a little Knuffman, if I heard right there when he first came out, so congratulations to him. Halftime here in Liberty. Wellman and Pettit up here, 45-9. They're done with the fun activities, so now the Raiders and Eagles will go out and do a little warming up here. Talked about that postseason. We heard that North Mac is where the Raiders are heading. That's Verdon. I didn't hear whether New Berlin or Payson for the Eagles, so I'm going to have to double check that, find out where they're heading. Here we go. Nope, didn't have it down here. We're still waiting for that early in the day. The seeds came out yesterday. We had the brackets come out today. We can tell you tonight the Lady Raiders are playing up at West Hancock. That'll be a good one. The Lady Raiders are 3A. They'll open up next Tuesday at home. Quincy Notre Dame has the regional. Tuesday it'll be QND and Springfield Southeast. QND got the number 2 seed behind Chatham Glenwood, number 1. Springfield Southeast, the number 7. Winner will take on the number 3 Bethalto or number 6 Jerseyville. And then that'll be on Thursday of next week. The winner of that heads to Waterloo the following Tuesday. While we're on the girls' side, let's give you the Blue Devils from the girls' side. They've got Monday at Edwardsville against Edwardsville. Quincy's the number 4 seed, Edwardsville number 5. Then on Friday, the winner will take on either Alton, the number 1, or Collinsville. Alton will be the winner there. And then the winner there will head to Peoria Richwoods, who is now 4A, on Tuesday the 24th at 6 o'clock. So that's your girls' action out here. We'll have to pick up the boys' brackets.
Well, that's not going to happen because, if we can get by Alton, we'll probably play Belleville East, and that'll be down at a neutral site, quote unquote, down in St. Louis.
And that's the 1-2 seeds there, is it not right?
Yep.
So.
And they played last night. I don't know who won, but, it's 26-2 all against 24-4 Belleville East. So, heck of a game.
And, of course, the Devils always have to go through that Southwest Conference down there. Surprised that the boys got an 8th seed because they beat Granite City by 2 in Collinsville. And Granite City got like the 4 seed, yes. I knew it was 4 or 5, so, you would think that was the only team we played out of that group, wasn't it? I believe we haven't played anybody else. Usually we might run into them at Collinsville, but we did not. So for the Raiders.
Collinsville or Belleville East or, one of those teams down the Collinsville, Christmas
We saw Althoff Catholic, and that was, but they're not in this. So.
No.
Hey, looks like we're ready to start the second half here. I'm going to keep an eye on that button down there to find out if we were lost there. If we lost you in the first half, we're apologizing there, folks. Everything looked good on our end. It was a good pregame show, by the way. Always is. Talked to Coach Altmix. Also, while I was in the pregame, right after the interview, I talked to Ruth Kipping. She's out here on patrol with the Adams County Sheriff's Department doing the off-duty stuff. Lives out this way now. Moved from in town. Made a move out to the country, and she's enjoying it. So she also filled me in on her sister, and of course Sarah's married to Steve Grahl. They made a move in town. So shipping one Kipping out of town, shipping the other Kipping in town a little farther. Good stuff out there. And we've been talking about Ruth the last couple of weeks. Her 2,287 points, the all-time for the Blue Devils total, aren't it? She's ahead of Bruce, isn't she? I think Abby Schreck is number 1.
Bruce was right at 2,000.
Yes. And she's at 2,287. So, but I think Abby Schreck passed her as well to be the all-time scorer. Hanging out at Mizzou these days. We're at the YMCA. Do not have one, I don't think, here in Liberty. Somebody may correct me on that. Second half, it'll start off Eagles basketball on the far side. Vince Cramsey will have it out there along with Tate Huber. Reed Sparrow will be in the ball game. Gavin Edgar started the first half. He wears number 22, and Tommy Shitty wears number 15. Sparrow kicks it into the right corner. Raiders come out man-to-man. F-Tank, Walker, Allensworth, Togarepi, and Robbie Reed. Robbie knocks the ball out. And instead of just going with out of bounds, they're going to call Robbie with a bump. And that's one of those, I thought they're both running side by side. Just let it go. Ball out of bounds. Turn around. Give it to the Eagles. First foul of the second half goes against Reed. Huber with the basketball. Togarepi on him. On the right side, in the right corner, Shuddy. He's got Sully Walker. Got a call inside, so a couple quick whistles there. Allensworth commits his third. So they must have talked during halftime and said, hey, here's what I see. What do you see? All right, let's correct that. That's what you don't do as an official. You keep the same game and let the teams adjust their game. In the corner, having a tough time getting it out.
That's all you look for with the officials, be consistent.
Yep. If you call it one way in the first half, call it the same way in the second half. I'm not saying that any of the calls were bad. We're just saying two quick ones was kind of crazy. Rebound by the Raiders in transition. Good lob. Togarepi at half court for that lob into Allensworth.
Raiders are hitting on all cylinders offensively tonight.
Yeah, bad news for the Eagles tonight. Now they're going to call Allensworth for another foul. 4 fouls now against the Raiders. First 3 fouls in the first 49 seconds. Start the second half off. Reed Sparrow has to go into the backcourt. Tate Huber goes back to the backcourt. We're waiting for him to bring the ball up court. You'll see TJ Togarepi on defense. Making cuts. Now he tries to use the screen. Robbie Reed with a good hedge out there. Double team possibility. No, getting around it was Huber. Huber finding a man down the low block, but Bo F-Tank is riding Shooty. So F-Tank gets his second foul. We've got 4 fouls. Haven't played a minute yet, have we?
A little over.
Oh, 1 minute and 6 seconds.
A little over.
Scoreboard was behind me. There's one in forward, but he's got the backboard in my way. Eagles will have it on the baseline. Everybody on one side of the court.
Oh.
Ball tipped away. Ball hits the floor. And a good job there. Cramsey went after the ball. Robbie Reed tipped it. It hit Cramsey in the foot and rolled out of bounds. Raider basketball. Substitution coming up. That's Evan Sims. He'll give Cramsey a chance to walk off that ankle. Looks like he might have rolled it when he came back down. Reed was right there, and I think he stepped on his ankle. Half-court set. TJ Togarepi brings it across against Shooty to the right side. F-Tank pops up. Top of the key. Bo. Short corner. Allensworth through the defense. Boy, that ball just bounced one too many times. Good job by Allensworth and F-Tank. Kept the ball alive for Robbie Reed to come in for the Raiders. The Raiders reset the offense. Sully gets it over to TJ. TJ flashing Jace Allensworth. Jace, there's the weak side.
Oh.
Robbie Reed made a great cut. Allensworth threw that ball to 150 miles an hour.
Yeah, just a little bit slower, a little touch. You know, that's a layup.
And Sully tried to save it as he went into half the bench halfway down there on the Raiders. Eagles bring it across the timeline. That's Huber. Half-court set to the right side. Looking for Sparrow, bounces it in. Allensworth almost with a contact, would have been foul 5. Allensworth still working against Sparrow. In the left corner. Driving out in front of the basket. Edgar with the shot, came up a little short. Togarepi gets it. Sends it down court. Right corner to the short corner. Robbie Reed back to the top. F-Tank sets, squares, shoots. No good. Reed Sparrow tracked it down. Allensworth was with him. F-Tank had a good look at it. He had 2 threes early. There's a good tip by Allensworth. But then the long pass, Huber beats the Raiders down there. Allensworth, good job on defense there, spinning Huber. F-Tank had 2 threes and 2 blue-collar threes, 4 in the first half. Allensworth with a great steal, picking the pocket of the half court. Jace goes in, lays it in over. Jace has 4 points in the third quarter. He's got 12 for the ball game.
Stretches the lead out to 49-9 here with 5:12 to go, in this third quarter.
Shooty on the right side, picked his dribble up. Stepping up is Allensworth, had the ball, pops out. F-Tank gets it, down to Sully. Sully up and over. The dunk, I guess. It was a soft dunk over the iron. We'll give it to him. Made a little contact, did make the basket. 51 now, 9. Foul on the far side. That's Sully and Robbie over there. That'd be Walker and Reed. 22, that's Reed. It'll be his third foul. 5th team foul, so now with 4:47 left in the quarter, 2 shots the rest of the quarter for the Eagles. And to the line will be Tate Huber. He'll have 2. 6 straight points in this quarter for the Raiders. it takes you back to the 12 in a row they left at the first half. That's 18 straight points. So they've had a run of 14 in the first, 13 in the second. Third quarter half went 12 into this one for 18. Good stuff for the Raiders. Tate breaks that, so now 18 is where it'll stop.
Well, and they're doing this against a solid team that was 14-11 coming in.
Huber made the first one. He broke that 12-point or 18-point run. Nails 2 free throws for Huber. Raiders try to bring it down right in front of us, knocking the ball out of bounds with Sims. Raiders had substitution. Marth came into the game. Mason Craig came in. Also into the ball game. Oh, they got one in on me there. I'm going to have to find it out. I got a 42. I know he brought a couple guys up. Stegeman's in there and Gavin Dolman in there as well. Stegeman on the floor with the ball. Liberty grabs it too. Raiders basketball on the alternate possession arrow.
Stegeman should be putting the ball down on the floor with 3 people around him. Catch and pass.
And there he did. Caught it and passed it into the basket. Good pass by Marth. Stegeman gets the basket. Stegeman's got 4 tonight. 53-11. Raiders back on defense, man-to-man. I'm about to get, I didn't even have my sophomore squad. 3 Raiders are in there as Dolman blocks the shot. But before Dolman got there, well, it was on Dolman. I thought by the time Dolman got there, we had already hacked him. For Gavin, his first. As we said, shooting the rest of the way out for the Eagles. Tate Huber just made 2. He's got 2 more. Huber misses the first. He'll have 1 more. Yeah, I heard Coach say he's now got 17 on the roster. So moving Canoyers mean I had 3 new players. I knew Stegeman was there. I knew Marth was up. I did not get my last man in there. So Raiders after the 1 for 2 for Huber. Raiders on the left side. Dolman back to the top. That's Marth. Marth will back it out. Stegeman goes in the high post. Craig gets the pass, sends it to the right corner. I should know who that is. Back out to the perimeter. Dolman takes it from the right corner. High arching shot. Oh, rolled 360 and in, out. But Dolman steps down and gets it. Then he's hounded inside. Gavin's going to shoot 2 free throws. Foul was called on Sims, his 3rd. First on the Eagles in this 3rd quarter. And Gavin Dolman headed the line to shoot 2. Gavin had a blue-collar 3 opportunity in the 2nd quarter, did not make it. Misses this one. Tommy Schutte comes back in. Checking out is Aiden Klingel for the Eagles. 3:46 left, 3rd quarter action. Stay tuned for the Hardee's post-game show, brought to you by 30th and Broadway Hardee's. Dolman makes 1 of 2. Brian Harms and company over there.
Time to go get a couple of fish for $7.
You got it. 54-12. Eagles with the basketball. Raiders with a commanding lead. Back on defense. Getting a lot of guys to play here. They got a lot of games. And here's a steal. Lost the hand on the ball. Dolman picks it up. Stegeman tracks it down. 2 passes to the top. 20-footer. Craig misses. Rebounded on the weak side.
Good look at a 3. Paint touch. Kick out. Stepping into it. Take that all day long.
Raiders got the ball back. Down in the left corner is Dolman. Short corner. Raiders decide to reverse it around. Popping out is Stegeman. Flashing in high is Dolman. Dolman, no look past it to the left block. Right by Huber. Left side. 3. Marth hits the 3-pointer. 3-pointer brought to you by Woodmart Building Center since 1978. Your project planner. 57-12. Inside 3 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Eagles get the ball out high. Huber misses. Dolman gets the rebound for the Raiders, off and running. Lobs it up, Craig.
Oh.
Greg saved it. And they looked for it to be touched by Reed Sparrow. Good call down low. They thought maybe the Raiders touched it after that, but ball was thrown out of bounds. Stegeman, Marth, and Dolman check out. Xavier Douglas, number 3, checks in. I believe Patrick Ginnebacher is one of those, number 33. And Royce Boyd, number 34. for my phantom player number 42, which I'm going to ask Coach Kinshirf first break who it is, or actually Mr. Gilbert here with the book right below me. 2:30 left in the third, 57-12. Raiders looking at commanding lead. They're going to improve to 23-1. Less disaster. Big disaster. Big disaster. Building falls in. Please, no.
An earthquake happens here in Liberty.
Right. Scoreboard shorts out. Oh, Douglas was in the back door back there waving for the basketball. Xavier said, give it to me. Good patience out of the Raider squad. High post. Turns and looks. Gets it to Douglas. Douglas goes down on the block. Royce Boyd tried to make a cut and a pass across. A little too hard. We've had a few passes tonight, even with the starters.
A little close.
Oh, exactly. Spacing's tight and fast.
Yeah.
The speed
well,
gun.
you'd rather have it like that than slow and get, ball tipped away. Got to make the good, crisp passes, and they've done that tonight.
In the half-court set, that's Brody Klauser with the basketball. Right side in the ball game now. Tanner Cooley, both played in the first. Sims pops around. Sims with a three-pointer. A bank shot from out top. I think that one's brought to you by Liberty State Bank. I'll throw that one in there free.
The bank is open.
Yeah, Liberty State Bank gets that one for free. And down to the bottom, a travel call. Eagles will get it back with 1:42 left in the third quarter. I wonder if Mr. Fields
is still coaching.
I wonder if Mark Fields is still the bank president. Way back when I used to call on him out here. Inside, knocked away. Good job by the Raiders. In transition off the right side. Down court, Raiders bring it on this side. Boyd drops it down. Patrick Ginnebacher, one big strong move, and Patrick Ginnebacher moved inside, gets it, and fouled. Ginnebacher ready for the and one. Good pass from the short corner. Inside, Ginnebacher gathered himself, squared up, put that strong dribble down to the hole.
Good aggressive move.
I like it from Patrick. I believe that is Rita Peters' relation. No good on that, but a tip by Ginnebacher kept it alive. Mason Craig got it. Here come the Raiders around the perimeter. Left side, all the way down to the right block. Craig got up to get it. Defense was there, though. In trouble. Reed Sparrow will take that one away. He saw that pass coming baseline, stepped in the way, and grabbed it. In transition, good pass down court. Tommy Schutte makes the basket. Eagles had their head up, looking down court. Tommy Schutte got his first score. Raiders in the half-court set. Inside 1 minute left in the quarter. Knocked out of bounds. Raiders going to turn it over. 49.9 left third quarter. 59-17. Raiders with the lead. Had an update earlier in that Blue Devil game, tied 13-13 at the quarter. 12 straight points by UT to start it off, but only a 7-point deficit for the Devils at half. And losing the ball on the far side, Raiders will have it now with 34.9. And a running clock for the fourth quarter, I imagine. You think? Substitution, Tate Huber checks in. Tomorrow
Do I have to think?
No, tomorrow night's Wednesday. Nope, tomorrow night's Saturday. Excuse me, checking my days. We will be at the Bowl in Jacksonville as the Crimson are hosting the Blue Devils tomorrow night.
And if you've never been there, please tune in. Great place.
All the way to the basket, and I can't tell you who it was because it was my number 42 that I'm going to ask in the break. Down to 12 seconds left in the quarter. 61-17. Good job by the Raiders. Reed Sparrow trying to get a shot up. Does from 15. Comes up short. Patrick Ginnebacher the rebound, but he came down out of bounds, so Eagles will have it with 0.4 left in the third quarter. And we got a foul the other way. Eagles on the foul. Reed Sparrow was setting the screen. Coach Dan doesn't like that. His second, team second. And that's the way the third quarter is going to end here in Liberty. Your score, the Raiders 61, the Eagles 17. And we're back with the fourth quarter action right after this on Mecca Sports Co.
At Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, we believe everyone deserves a better night's sleep. Discover top mattress brands like Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. Your purchase always includes free delivery, free setup, and free removal of your old mattress. Plus, enjoy 0% interest for up to 5 years. Better bed, less money. Only at your locally owned Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, where comfort and community come together.
Sleep tight.
Sleep tight.
And we're back here ready for the fourth quarter. 61-17. So my 45 is Trip Flesh.
42.
Thank you. I had a 5 there. He scored bucket. Marth hit the three-pointer. Is that right? Caden. And, of course, Rowan Stegeman. I did not have these guys in. Coach added to his roster there a little bit there. So through 3 with a 61-17. Should be running clock for the fourth quarter.
'Tis the season when you bring up these sophomores that are hungry, one playing time, to push your first 5, is what you got here. You've got 2 or 3 of them that have stepped in and, done a good job here playing tonight.
Here we start the fourth quarter. Mason Craig's in there. Royce Boyd, Trip Flesh, who just checked in. Xavier Douglas, he's been in. He was one of my fantasy players. And down low, we got Raiders all around. By the way, Patrick Ginnenbach is your other starter in the fourth quarter for the Raiders. First foul of the fourth quarter goes against the Raiders. Number 20 on that, that's Mason Craig, his first foul of the night. Other side, Reed Sparrow ready to trigger it in. Drops it inside. In the land of the Giants, kicks it back out to Reed Sparrow. His 3, no good. Weak side rebound was chipped around, but Trip Flesh got a hold of it.
Sparrow's had a nightmare of a game. He's a lot better ball player than this. He hasn't scored yet.
And that's been a lot of hounding of the defense. Inside, Mason Craig. No good on the shot, way up on there. Reed Sparrow has done a nice job with the rebounds.
They just caught him throwing the elbow.
I saw that. It really wasn't that bad. He just basically had his arm up, clearing him out there a little bit. I don't think there really was that bad of a call. It'll be Reed's 3rd.
4th. It's got up there 4th.
Oh, well, then we'll go with 4. First team foul of the fourth quarter. Should be the 2nd. We'll double check that.
Shoot, I think he averaged 13 a game last year as a sophomore. Hey, you know what I mean? So, yeah,
He's been having a good year, too. Raiders are tough.
Well, Raiders defensively, length, athleticism, and the way they get after the ball, full court man, took Liberty out of their game today.
Victor Harsell checks into the game, number 50. He's got that football size.
Well, yeah, he's
a foul out high on the screen.
Offensive guard, offensive tackle is what I'm looking at.
Also, we had Anthony Bias checking in. And John Vemverlo, that's 3 of the guys. I think Gilbert got in there too. Yes, Brody Gilbert's in there. And leaving it in, Royce Boyd was left in. So that's who your lineup is for the Raiders in the fourth quarter. Last foul was called against Royce Boyd, his first. And the second of the Raiders in the fourth quarter. Schutte out here on the perimeter. Trying to drive against Bias on the baseline, that's Klauser. Klauser got pushed. Bias commits the foul. For Anthony, his first. For the Raiders, their 3rd. And you really hate the clock stopping when the guys get a chance. And Brody Klauser is going to go for 2 shots here. That third quarter, that was the first free throws for the Eagles in the whole game. 3 out of 4 from Tate Huber. Klauser makes it 4 out of 5 in the first score of the fourth quarter. Evan Sims checks back in. Huber's out. So you've got Klauser at the free throw line, Schutte in there waiting, as well as Klingel back at half court. Cooley, and no good on the shot, but Victor Harsell can't bring it in. Eagles basketball. Stick around for all the postseason action. Next week with the girls, Monday the Blue Devils. Tuesday the regular scheduled Blue Devils against Moline. Thursday to the pit for the finals of the regionals for QND Lady Raiders. Spin move, kicks it back out. Sims back to the top, Klingel being guarded out top by Vemverlo. Right side, Bias, good position. Should have flopped a little bit there.
Well, great job moving your feet.
Starting to drive the baseline was Sims. Back to the top of the key. Klingel. Klingel hits a three. Klingel had a three way back in the first quarter. Hasn't scored since. And right on the other end, the Eagles take the ball away. Eagles in transition. Skipped over left side. Klingel takes a look. Check that Sims. Sims back out to Schutte. Tommy working against Royce Boyd. Help came on the weak side. Raiders take the ball away. Bias the other direction. Down on the block, Vemberlo waits, hustles. Good job, Vemberlo. Vemberlo squared up, took a couple fakes, and then strong to the hole. John makes a bucket, 63-21. Check that, 61-21. I had 61 at the end of the quarter, Coach. I think 63 is right, to tell you the truth. I'm going to leave it right there until somebody tells me different. Official scorer is Brody Gilbert's dad right down in front of me, so he would know. Here's a steal by Vemberlo. Vemberlo heading the other way. And foul, but no. First, it's a travel. Raiders will turn it over. Up for Liberty, Anderson White, number 55, into the ball game. We'll have a chance to talk to Coach Altmix after the ball game with the coach's comments brought to you by the QND Auto Group. Faith, family, and giving back. Still can't figure out what happened in that first half that we might not have been on. That's kind of crazy. In the half-court set, Raiders still playing man-to-man. 2:45 left in this one and counting. Eagles winning the quarter. I've got them by 2 with the 4-2, but they've not moved that from 61 to 63. I'll have to check my math. We ended the third quarter, I know, with 61-17 up on the board, and Vemberlo scored a basket. Into the Raiders half-court set. Bias takes it down to the corner. Brings it back out. Vemberlo goes inside after he passes it into Bias. Harcel, turnaround shot. No good. Looks like Victor will take 2 shots as he was fouled inside. Evan Sims. I'm going to say his 4th until I look around. Sure enough, it is his 4th. We're on tune there. Harcel shooting 2. Misses the first. Substitution for the Eagles. Number 5, Taylon Goodwin. Harcel has one more. Victor nails it. 1 out of 2. I'm going to put my 62 here, even though I think I have 63. We'll go back and watch this and double check. As you can always watch all the broadcasts right here, the streams, mechasportsco.com. They're always here. Or some portion of them are. Inside, losing the handle of the ball, taking the shot, no good. Shot was taken there by Goodwin. Ball gets kicked around to the corner. Notre Dame tracks it down. In trouble with the trap, got to get it out. There you go. Harcel comes to help. Good job by the postman. Down court, shot is blocked on the right side. Quickly kicked back out. Douglas is firing a 3. No good, weak side. Harcel tips it out. Everybody on the side liked the shot. Xavier liked the shot. You look like he grew a little bit. In the half-court set, less than a minute left in this game. Raiders improving to 23-1. Other side, Liberty falling to 14-12. And a quick steal out front. All the way to the basket, good. John Vemberlo. See if they give him a basket this time. This is the last time I know he scored and they didn't give it to him. 64-21. Eagles to the right corner. Shot, nice three-pointer. Evan Sims, his second 3 of the ball game. He had a 3 in the third quarter. Long pass gets taken away. Eagles bring it across the timeline. Down to 6. Long shot out of bounds. Good save by Harcel. And there's your final horn. I'm going to go crazy if that's not right, but I could have swore we missed the points. But far be it for the official scorer. They're probably more on track than I am. As your final here in Liberty, the QND Raiders 64, the Liberty Eagles 24, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, great job defensively. You know, anytime you hold somebody to 24 points in a game, and can take it, after the defense and, push it out, on your transition offense, good things are going to happen.
Indeed they do, and the Raiders did that. First half had some great play, and if you missed it, I'm sorry there. But we had some great play. We'll break it all down for you here in the postgame show and also tell you the scoring. But that'll do it for the regular portion of our broadcast. It's the QND Raiders 64, the Liberty Eagles 24. Stick around. We got the Hardys postgame brought to you by Hardys at 30th and Broadway. Coach's comments brought to you by the Cunis Auto Group. And we'll find it all at the Mecca Mobile Studio brought to you by Sleep Tight. I think I handled them all right there. So stick around. We'll have the postgame as the final here at Liberty. Raiders 64, Eagles 24. And you've been watching everything right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Who do you call for ceiling fan installations? Argobright Electric. Electrical troubleshooting? Argobright Electric. Home rewiring? Argobright Electric. Full house generators? All it takes is one call to Argobright Electric. 224-5557.
Spring is right around the corner with warm weather approaching quickly. Best Kept Sod Farm offers a full line of landscaping services. We can provide the labor. If you thrive on DIY, we can give you advice or recommendations on how to make your lawn the talk of the neighborhood. No job is too big or too small, and as always, we provide free estimates. Best Kept Sod Farm is a local company who strives for excellent customer satisfaction and takes pride in what we do. Contact us today by phoning or texting us at 217-779-0620 to discuss your project needs.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at QND Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
At Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, we believe everyone deserves a better night's sleep. Discover top mattress brands like Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, Stearns & Foster. Your purchase always includes free delivery, free setup, and free removal of your old mattress. Plus, enjoy 0% interest for up to 5 years. Better bed, less money. Only at your locally owned Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, where comfort and community come together.
Sleep tight.
Sleep tight.
Brian Harbs, I'll bet you got a lot of people asking for fish sandwiches this time of the year.
You bet. Isn't that great? It is that time of year. People always love our fish sandwiches, and they're with tartar sauce and lettuce. You can get that any day of the week. We got the beer battered Alaskan pollock back. I'm back from Alaska. We caught all kinds of them.
And what kind of fish are those?
Pollock. Pollock.
And you've got a special deal going on. 2 fish sandwiches for just $7. Right now at Hardee's, 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
And welcome back to the Hardys post-game show here at Liberty High School. Raiders with a great close out here, and I might have found my extra points there, Coach, because I got extra 2 points, and I might take something away from somebody. I swear that Patrick made that, Venverlo, or Gittebacher made that, either John Venverlo, I think, actually. So here's the way it looked. Started off, QND got the first 2 points. Liberty came back with 2. Raiders went on a 14-point run, led 16-2. Traded basket each, although it was a 3-pointer for the Eagles. After one, 18-5 QND. After each team made another basket in the second quarter, 20-7 Raiders. 13-point run, led 33-7. Give the Eagles a basket. Let's run out the last 12 of the half, so runs of 14, 13, and 12 in the first half. First half, 45-7. Second half starts off. Raiders continue with 6 more points, make that an 18-point run, lead 51-9. We close out that quarter. I thought we had 61-17. The board says 59-17. I got to go with the board. So 49 or 59-17. Free throws and a bucket on the with a three-pointer by Mr. Klingel made it 61-21. Raiders ran off 3, and actually it would have been actually 5 to get to 64 after my math. And so 64, and then the last three-pointer brought to you by Aiden Klingel for the Eagles made it 24. So 64-24. Raiders with the victory, now improved to 23-1. Eagles with the loss, 14-12. Breaking down your scoring, let's see. Eagles all look right here. Leading the way, Evan Sims. He had 8 points, including 2 3-pointers. 6 points from Aiden Klingel. 4 points. Them 2 sixes. That 6 was 2 threes. 4 points out of Vince Cramsey. We dropped down to 3 points from Ethan Owens. Check that. Tate Huber, 3 out of 4 at the line. 2 from Tommy Schutte. 1 from Brody Klauser. And everybody got in the game just about. But the amazing thing is, well, Taylor Goodman got in. Brody Klauser got in. Tanner Cooley got in. And Anderson White got in. But more importantly, Reed Sparrow didn't score tonight. And that meant the Raiders' defense was pretty darn good.
Oh, yeah, when you stop, how many Cramsey get? Between Cramsey and Sparrow.
4.
You hold those 2 to 4. Defense was superb tonight. And, the effort, the activity, on the defensive end carried the Raiders tonight. It was tremendous. Yeah, you wonder if they're ready for the postseason. They're ready for the postseason.
They are ready for the postseason. Got a busy week next week. And you heard, I did not hear the tragedy at Rushville Industry. I will check on that. We do wish the very best up there. As Coach Altman said, that's why the game got moved till next week, which gives him a pretty busy week next week. But then they'll give you a couple days off because you don't play until Wednesday of the next week. Monday is the quarterfinal game in there, so there'll be a game prelim, play-in game, as you must put. As you actually have Pleasant Plains and Pittsfield as a play-in game. How many times does that ever happen? But that was interesting there. But they'll have time to rest a little bit there and get ready. And both these teams,
get up there to look at the teams they're going to be playing too. I always like the little scout. Especially if you have. Well, even if you played them, earlier in the season, you got to go up there and watch it and see what you got coming in. Put your game plan, ready, for Wednesday, against the team that's already played on Monday.
Got some of the little guys out there playing around with their water bottles. Don't have a basketball. Little Knuffman made a top of the key shot at the buzzer. That was some good stuff at halftime. For the Raiders, who improved to 23-1, they were led in scoring. Bo F-Tank had 16, all in the first half. 2 threes from outside, 2 blue-collar threes. Looked good out there. Followed up there with 2 more guys in double figures. Jace Allensworth, he had 12. A lot of these guys did not see the court at all in the fourth quarter and a little in the third quarter as well. 10 from TJ Togarepi, and he had the dunk with the right hand, even though I believe he's left-handed there. Good job there. Breaking down the scoring after that, 6 points. Sully Walker, 4 points. John Vemberlo. Now, I had John for 4, so, John, I'm going to give you only 2 because I got 2 too many points. And I'll go back and I'll watch and double-check out that. As a wipeout here from the young guy out there on the floor.
Well, he got knocked down.
3-point, no foul. Robbie Reed had 3. 3 points out of Gavin Dolman. 4 points out of Rowan Stegeman. Sorry, I'm jumping around. I'm jumping up and down the list here. Caden Marth came in, I believe hit a 3-pointer. Also 2 from Trip Flesh. Also 2 from Patrick Ginnenbacher. And in the ball game, Xavier Douglas did not score. Brody Gilbert, Mason Craig, all in the ball game. Anthony Bias dropping down there. Royce Boyd, and 1 point Victor Harcel, and that will be it for us. And now we've got Coach Altmix out here. Coach, good win, and I think Coach Pettit and I mentioned the defense out here was right from the start, and when you close out the night and Cramsey only has 4 and Sparrow gets 0, the defense was after it.
Yeah, it's one of those that after a poor start against Helias, the guys learned a very valuable lesson that you don't want to fall behind against a good team. And, we have to make sure that when we step out on the court, we're ready to play, ready to get after it. And I thought the guys did a nice job of doing that tonight.
And it doesn't matter who your opponent is because you've got to treat this, getting ready for postseason, and play your top game. You had 14-point run in the first quarter. That was sweet. You had a 13-point run in the second quarter, Then you had another 12-point at the end of it that went into the third quarter as an 18-point run. If you get a 14, 13, and 18-point run in any game, it's looking pretty good.
It does. That's going to increase your chances
To
of winning.
6.
That's for darn sure. But, I thought I'm happiest about just better execution, because when you get into February, you've got to be able to execute your offense, your defense, whatever it is you're doing. You can't be having little slip-ups. This is not the time. It's too late for little mistakes. And, the guys did a nice job on both sides of the ball. We did a better job of attacking the zone. Against Elias a couple weeks ago, we didn't want to attack that. And, you've got to be able to shoot from the perimeter against the zone, but you also have to be able to attack the seams and make them collapse and make them guard you. And there were just too many times in the past couple weeks here where teams have played zone against us and we haven't attacked it. And, Bo had a real nice slash there in the first half, got to the rim and finished. And, if we start attacking from up top, that's going to open things down below for Robbie and Gavin and Jace and Sully and the other guys inside.
And, of course, with Bo, anytime he slashes the basket, that means guys are in. That gives him the outside three. He had 2 threes, 2 blue-collar threes. That slash you mentioned, all of the first half, pretty good performance.
Oh, most definitely. And, that's the thing, I talked about with Bo. And, it makes my job easy when guys buy into what you're asking them to do. We knew Bo could shoot the ball. Okay, if they're going to take that away, are you going to be able to take the ball to the basket and score? Are you going to be able to pull up and knock down a mid-range jump shot? And that's what he's worked on. And so, that was great to see. Okay, we know we've seen the last few games. He can shoot the three. Tonight was nice to see him slash, cut to the hole, and get a good basket, because, now all of a sudden you want to come out hard on him, you got to realize he's going to go by you.
And now he can go home, too, because his mom was a alma mater of Liberty, so he can go home and say, Mom, I performed well there at Liberty. So good stuff. The other nice thing is you cleared the bench. You got a lot of guys playing time. You threw the 3 guys, Trip Flesh. I wasn't ready for him. I was ready for Martin Stegeman. So you threw new guys in at me, and I like it, and they really all played well when they came in.
They did. And that's what I talked to the guys about. We've got a lot of guys that want to play. And, you have to take advantage of every opportunity you're presented with. And if you don't, then somebody's going to jump you in line and, take some of your minutes. And so, the guys did a nice job of understanding, what I'm expecting from the bench guys. If you just want garbage time, that's fine. Go out there, kind of be sloppy with it, and you'll get in maybe occasional game. But if you want legitimate minutes, took care of this with Sully last year. He did a tremendous job of putting himself in position to be a key contributor this year because he wasn't happy with his minutes as a junior. I'm hoping these juniors this year, take the same attitude that Sully's taken.
Well, and, my biggest thing is, your defense, and then turning that defense, into easy offensive transition baskets, 2-on-1, 3-on-1, and getting easy looks at the basket.
That's part of what, helps us, in the Elias game. You don't get any turnovers. You don't get any turnovers for touchdowns there. And so, our guys understand, it makes it pretty apparent when you get a game like Elias, you didn't create any turnovers. Well, if you don't create any turnovers, that's taking away some of our offense because, if we're going to press, we're going to do that. Yeah, we may give up an occasional easy basket, but, we're hoping we're going to turn you over and get some of those easy buckets. And, it requires hard-nosed play. And, the guys have bought into that and have done, obviously Knight did a great job.
Well, and, the second thing, on offense, you guys were very patient. You didn't push it when you didn't have it. And then I thought going into the short corner, getting it down there, and then people slashing, kicking it out for the wide open looks against that zone, that's the way you got to beat it.
Well, and that can be hard, over the course of my career when you go, and then all of a sudden you got to say, okay, let's have a little patience. That can be hard. Yep. The guys are used to just taking off, going. And then, so I was impressed with the job they did tonight simply because they were able to get a couple reversals. First half, we were a little antsy still, but, they were attacking the basket, so I'm not going to complain about it. But when you come out now in the second half and understand, hey, let's get a couple reversals, get a good look, because let's face it, it's not always going to be a 30, 35-point lead. It may just be a 12-point lead into the third quarter, and you're kind of saying, hey, you know what? let's make sure we get a good shot here. So, we go up 14 or 15 at the end of the third quarter as opposed to maybe only 9 or 10.
Yep.
Good stuff tonight. Hey, by the way, Coach mentioned Illini West. Stegeman played good and started earning minutes. He has earned some minutes out here. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, he's done a great job. He's one of those that, we've got 4 big guys on the bench, and we got 4 big guys that give us different things. And so, kind of depending upon what type of game we had, if this coach would have been a little bit smarter, he probably would have played Victor Harsel a little bit more in that Helias game. But every once in a while I'm a little slow.
Yeah, there we go. Well, good job there. Good job there.
Well, that's good. All of us coaches are a little slow.
Yeah. I'm getting a little older.
Great victory, number 23 tonight. Good luck next week because we don't have anything until next. When did you say Rushville Industry? Wednesday?
Tuesday at West Hancock. Wednesday is Rushville at home, and then we finish off at home against Keokuk on Friday.
Sounds good. Keokuk's got the big guy back, don't they?
Yep. Jackson's back. So with Knowles and Jackson, we got a couple big guys we're going to have to figure out how to stop this week.
Sounds good. Congratulations there, Coach, and have a great weekend. We'll look forward to next week.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
You got it. That's Greg Altmix there with the victory here, and, of course, he is the head coach. Used to be the head coach at Liberty, now the head coach of your Quincy Notre Dame Raiders. He wants to do the same thing he did at Liberty, take them to state as he did twice there in those years, and that was some good stuff here. So, all right, Coach, let's go ahead and take a break here for, of course, Cunis, Faith, Family, and Giving Back, our coaches' comments, and we'll be back to wrap up the Hardee's postgame right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Cunis Auto Group is proud to sponsor Mecca Sports Broadcasting
If you're looking to score your next new ride, be sure to visit Cunis Honda.
and Cunis Hyundai of Quincy.
With over 300 new and used vehicles to choose from, you won't find a selection like this anywhere else.
Plus, give your vehicle the game plan to success by servicing with our new state-of-the-art service center.
Visit Cunis Auto Group of Quincy on 36th Street and see how Cunis makes it easy.
Better bed, less money at Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville. Shop Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster with free delivery, setup, removal, and 0% financing for up to 5 years.
Sleep tight.
Sleep tight.
And welcome back to the Mecca Mobile Studio, brought to you by Sleep Tight, Better Bed, Less Money, Quincy and Jacksonville. That's SleepTightMidwest.com. We thank Coach there for popping up as well and all of our sponsors. For those who, if we lost the first half, we don't know. Technology blows us away, but it sure showed that we were on, so hopefully we got back in plenty of time to get you the rest of the action. As we've got a lot of action there. Tomorrow night we'll be at the Bowl in Jacksonville. Quincy High Blue Devils taking on the Jackson Crimson. But tonight the Raiders with a big victory here, Coach, and last thoughts.
Played well. Hey, that was the reason why I wanted to come down and see this game. How they were going to react to the beatdown that Helias gave them. And it seems like they're back to, what they had to do. Coach's message, after that game, well, this is what you got to do to be successful. You didn't do it. And tonight they did it, obviously, with their defense, transition offense, and then when they had to slow it down, they picked apart the 1-2-2 zone, that Liberty threw out there with Coach Sparrow. Obviously learning it from Coach Leggett. So, it's one of those things to where, they look like they're ready and primed, to go into the next level, and get those 7 wins that we all talk about, for every team, going into the state tournament.
And, of course, that is the Raiders he's talking about there. And the Eagles, we wish them the best. We thank Dan Sparrow, who's also the athletic director, for setting us up here. Kelly Bunch, our old principal from St. Boniface. She's the superintendent up here. She stopped by to say hi as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast tonight. Join us again tomorrow night or any of the games. And as Coach Pettit said, where can you see this if you want to rewatch it, Coach?
MeccaSportsCo.com, or if you want to watch any of the games, that the Raiders have played this year that we've done, like Jacksonville route, please go there, rewatch them. Great time watching this group of kids.
Indeed. So for Coach Pettit, I'm Jeff Wellman. Hardee's postgame show. The final score here in Liberty, it's the QND Raiders 64 and the Liberty Eagles 24. This has been Raider basketball right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Who do you call for ceiling fan installations? Argobright Electric. Electrical troubleshooting? Argobright Electric. Home rewiring? Argobright Electric. Full house generators? All it takes is one call to Argobright Electric, 224-5557.
Spring is right around the corner with warm weather approaching quickly. Best Kept Sod Farm offers a full line of landscaping services. We can provide the labor. If you thrive on DIY, we can give you advice or recommendations on how to make your lawn the talk of the neighborhood. No job is too big or too small, and as always, we provide free estimates. Best Kept Sod Farm is a local company who strives for excellent customer satisfaction and takes pride in what we do. Contact us today by phoning or texting us at 217-779-0620 to discuss your project needs.
Brian Harbs, I'll bet you got a lot of people asking for fish sandwiches this time of the year.
You bet. Isn't that great? It is that time of year. People always love our fish sandwiches, and they're with tartar sauce and lettuce. You can get that any day of the week. We got the beer battered Alaskan pollock back. I'm back from Alaska. We caught all kinds of them.
And what kind of fish are those?
Pollock. Pollock.
And you've got a special deal going on. 2 fish sandwiches for just $7. Right now at Hardee's, 30th and Broadway, Quincy.